Good evening and welcome to the Land of the Winners Champions Awards Banquet, presented by Ray Skillman Auto Group. Tonight we're going to be honoring our champions of a Lucas Oil Drag Racing Series, our Summit Racing Series, our JEGS Super Quick Series, our JEGS All-Stars, the Summit Junior Champions, our top dragsters in the Spitzer Racing Series, and the Broduck Steve Smith Top Sportsman Racing Series. Along with that, a number of other special awards tonight. All of the racing that we do certainly wouldn't be possible with some great sponsors. We have the Lucas Oil folks, the Forbes Racing family representing Lucas Oil, Forrest and Charlotte, Morgan. How about that Morgan at Pomona this finals? And, of course, the JEGS family, the Coughlins. Certainly appreciate all of their support. Mike Spitzer, Spitzer Race Cars, for the sponsorship of the Spitzer Top Dragster Series, and of course our folks from Summit Racing Equipment and Broduck and Steve Schmidt for their support as well. We certainly want to thank them. Before we get underway with tonight's program and our divisional awards presentations, we have a special presentation to make of our 3 Lucas Oil National Champions from the North Central Division and Region. We'd like to have Steve Harker, Edmund Richardson, and Luke Bagaki join Josh Peterson and myself here on stage. We've got some champion jackets to pass out. While they're making their way up on stage, I would like to make it an opportunity to recognize and thank Rich Bowers and Joanne Robertson for all that they do within the division. They are my left hand and right hand and everything for the division. And I would certainly like to extend my sincere appreciation for all of their efforts on behalf of the North Central Division. I think we're going to see these folks again later on tonight. Steve Harker, of course, the top alcohol funny car champion, Edmund Richardson in Super Comp, and Luke Bagaki in Super Gas for the Lucas Oil National Championships. That's 3 out of 7 national champions for the North Central region. We're extremely proud of their performances this past year. This time I'd like to welcome Glenn Kreider to the stage. Glenn will lead us in invocation, and we'll get underway with tonight's awards ceremony.
To an outsider that's not familiar with NHRA Division III racing, he might assume falsely that it's only about speed and cars and competition, but Division III is a land of racers that have become a family, and I think that's a bigger part of it. So as we start, we want to pause and remember some of the ones that we have had the privilege of knowing and being around, but have passed on this past year. Diamond Jim Crownhart, top alcohol funny car, jet funny car. Richard Doan, super stock racer. David Garvin, second generation owner of Beach Bend Park. Tom Hagan, Track Services Incorporated. Clay Jones, track owner, Beach Bend Raceway. Dave Lair, Comp Super Stock Racer. Jay Norris, Super Comp Racer. Richard Dick Outing, Super Comp Racer. Rusty Perkins, Super Stock Racer. Steve Posey. Dick Sherman, racer and team owner. And just this past Tuesday, Bud Williams. And now we add John Tedder, former Division III Super Stock champion. So let's pause for a moment and remember these racers and their families, and then I'll lead you in prayer. Almighty God, we thank you for the privilege of having known so many great people here in NHRA Division 3. Lord, we thank you for the blessings of the time that we've had with each one of these individuals. Lord, we pray a special blessing and closeness to those that grieve their loss, friends and family members. Lord, we come to you also asking that you would be with Leo Tower, Division 3 announcer, in his struggle with health. Lord, now we pray that you would give this upcoming year a blessing of safety and good fortune for us all. And as we go through this awards banquet, blessings on each one. Lord, bless this food and this time in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you, Glenn. I don't know if you noticed yet or not, but we have a spiffy new podium. It is a 200-mile-an-hour podium. Not that you need to talk that fast, but pretty neat Spitzer Composites, carbon fiber, the hottest podium on the Division Banquet Trail. Thank you, Mike. Please enjoy your dinner. We got a flashback of some of the 2014 season on the screens. Enjoy. Once again, good evening and welcome to the 48th Annual Land of the Winners Awards Banquet presented by the Ray Skillman Auto Group. We hope you enjoyed your dinner. Hope you enjoyed a recap of the exciting 2014 season. Exciting from the standpoint that you got to consider we had 3 top alcohol dragsters that went down to the wire that were only separated by 1 round of competition at the end of the year. Top Alcohol Funny Cars Regional Championship was decided at the very last race in the country, Las Vegas. Our Super Quick Series Championship went all the way down to the last race, the last run, and was decided by 7 thousandths of a second for the event win and the division championship. The Summit Racing Series, some 650 plus racers competed. Our 4 champions went out to Pomona, California. Over $70,000 in prizes and awards at the Summit Racing Series finals. 244 individuals walked away with some sort of a prize from a huge event. And our junior dragster competition at Lions Raceway Park was second to none. Great competition, exciting racing. It was just a fantastic year. It is hard to imagine that here we are in December and it's all over with. 2015 is on the horizon. But we have tonight the opportunity to honor our 2014 champions. And I know of no one that can do a better job of that than the gentleman I'm about to introduce, who is going to be your new Land of the Winners voice at our Lucas Oil Drag Racing Series. Please welcome Derrick Beach.
Well, thank you, Jay. And ladies and gentlemen, I just want to welcome everybody here again tonight to the 2014 Awards Banquet. As I want to thank my beautiful date, Madison, for coming. And I thought race cars were expensive, but I had to pay for a banquet date tonight. That was a costly trip to PRI this weekend. But no, we're going to crown some champions and have some fun tonight. We'll start off. We'd like to pay special recognition to the backbone of the NHRA drag racing here in the North Central Division, the member tracks here in 2014. We'd like to all of our member track operators to please stand as your track is identified and remain standing as we introduce the remainder of the tracks. For Mika Dragway in Paducah, Kentucky, it's going to be Keith Mirth, the owner. Beach Bend, Raceway Park in Bowling Green, Kentucky, the Jones family of Dallas, Alfreda, and Brock Porter. Bunker Hill Drag Strip in Bunker Hill, Indiana, Steve and Darlene Daniels, the operators. Byron Dragway in Rockford, Illinois, PJ Vasquez, the manager. Coles County Dragway USA in Charleston, Illinois. Rod Vihel, the operator. Crossroads Dragway in Terre Haute, Indiana. Randy and Tammy Peters, managers. Dino Doms, Sykes-Town Raceway in Sykes-Town, Missouri. Dominic Blasco, the owner. Edgewater Sports Park in Cleves, Ohio. Dick Winley, the owner. Gateway Motorsports Park in St. Louis, Missouri. Curtis Fresco, the owner, and Chris Blair, the general manager. Kierkegaard Dragway in Xenia, Ohio. Dave Cottrell, the owner, and William Tharp, the track manager. Lucas Oil Raceway in Indianapolis, Indiana. Randy Simpson, the general manager, and Jeff Conley, operations manager. Lyons Raceway Park in Lyons, Indiana. Brent Jones, the owner, and Jay Farnsworth, the manager. Mid-Michigan Motorplex in Stanton, Michigan. Mary Jo Ledford, the owner, and Mike Ledford, the manager. Milan Dragway, they're in Milan, Michigan. Bill and Pam Coppola, the owners. Muncie Dragway in Muncie, Indiana. Scott and Don Daniels, the operators. National Trail Raceway in Hebron, Ohio. Mike Fornatero, the general manager, and Chris Stillwell, the operations manager. Ohio Valley Dragway in Louisville, Kentucky. The Huff family, operators, Cheryl, Tony, Billy, and Terry. Pacemaker Dragway in Mount Vernon, Ohio. Rod Zolman, the operator. Route 66 Raceway in Joliet, Illinois. Scott Paddock, the president, and Charlie Lindsay, the drag strip manager. St. Thomas Raceway in London, Ontario, Canada. Jay Morris, the operator. And Summit Racing Equipment, Motorsports Park in Norwalk, Ohio. Bill Bader Jr., the owner. Tri-State Dragway in Hamilton, Ohio. Pat Loudon, the owner. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2014 NHRA member tracks. And also, real quick, I'd like to say congratulations. It was a milestone for 3 of our member tracks here this season as they reach 50 years of doing business in the Spire Dragway, National Trail Raceway, and Ohio Valley Dragway. Congratulations again for 50 years. This time I'd like to introduce Rosalie Novo of Draw to our drawing.
First, I'd like to thank all of you for participating in the 50-50 raffle tonight. Debbie's going to draw the number, and we're going to ask you to read it since the lights are
I can do
a
that,
little
I
bit
guess.
down here.
I don't have a choice, do I?
And if you'll read the number, it's a blue ticket.
It's going to be number 5579507.
We do have a winner, right? Would you please come up and get your $240? And while they're coming up, I would like to thank you all for participating. And as you all know, drag racing is the heart of our organization. Next year will be Raw's 30th year of being an all-volunteer organization. We provided aid to 285 racers and their families in the last 29 years, and we have provided over $4,180,000 in this time period. And I say again, it's an all-volunteer organization, and it only works because you all make it work. If you're ever at a track and know of an accident, please contact us. I mean, all we need is a phone number and know that there's somebody that might need our help. And is our winner about here? Oh, over there. Oh, it's him. He has a new mailing address, so I have to send him new labels this week. Thank you very much. Okay.
Cool. Once again, hats off to Draw. Thank you. So it is my pleasure to announce 2 special member track awards here in 2014. Our first award is the National Dragster Be a Winner, Be a Member award presented to track operator of Coles County Dragway earlier today. Rod Vihel, the operator, in our track operators meeting. The award recognizes outstanding participation in recruiting and encouraging NHRA membership among its racing community through the National Dragster Be a Winner, Be a Member program. Coles County Dragway had the most winning NHRA member at their NHRA Summit Racing Series events during the 2014 season. So congratulations to Coles County Dragway on their championship on Be a Winner, Be a Member. Our next winner is no stranger to the stage. In fact, this makes the 15th National Dragster Contributor of the Year Award for Pam Lobb. The award is presented on behalf of National Dragster for conspicuous news gathering techniques to produce accurate and well-written copy and or quality photography furnished in publication in National Dragster that have contributed to the continued growth and interest in NHRA drag racing. The National Dragster Contributor of the Year Award is presented to Pam Lobb of Crossroads Dragway for outstanding performance in race news photography and reporting for the 2014 season. Congratulations.
I'd like to thank National Dragster Magazine, Crossroads Dragway, Randy, Tammy, Nisa, and Zach, my husband for his support, and all the racers that come to Crossroads. Thank you.
Our two next special award winners were determined online voting on NHRADivision3.com by you, the racers, fans, and officials. Our first category is the North Central Division Track of the Year. And it was our three nominations were Killcare Dragway in Xenia, Ohio, Lyons Raceway Park in Lyons, Indiana, and Muncie Dragway in Muncie, Indiana. Accepting the 2014 North Central Division Track of the Year of the Summit Racing Series, Scott Daniels of Muncie Dragway.
First off, you guys might want to order a drink, sit back, relax a little bit. We just got a few people that we want to thank. So it won't take us long. No, seriously. yeah, okay. Just, we want to thank our sponsors, our racers, my wife, Rodney, everybody for coming and visiting us. If you haven't been there, come to Muncie Dragway, see what it's about. And we thank you all, and that's what it's about.
I've been at Muncie since 2001, and I gotta admit, there's a lot of us that struggle to make our business work and operate, but the bottom line is we wouldn't be where we're at today without all of you sponsors that are here and all the racers, and we just want to let you know that we do appreciate it, and thank everyone.
Our next category is the North Central Division Track of the Year for the Mellow Yellow and Lucas Oil Series host tracks. The three in contention were Beach Bend Raceway Park in Bowling Green, Kentucky, Lucas Oil Raceway in Indianapolis, and Summit Motorsports Park in Norwalk, Ohio. Accepting the 2014 Mellow Yellow and Lucas Oil Series host tracks of the year, if you like a $1 ice cream, that's the place to go. Ladies and gentlemen, Summit Motorsports Park and Bill Bader.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is indeed an honor, and what makes this even more special is that it is voted on by you, and we appreciate you very much. I know everyone, our family in Norwalk, Ohio, this means a great deal, and we appreciate it very much. Merry Christmas. Thank you.
We'd like to pay a special welcome to a couple other guests joining us this evening. Todd and Earl Datweiler of T&E Auto Haulers, Jim Lincolns of Rise Sales, and a welcome to our 7-time Division III champion, Danny Towson, who is fourth on the all-time Division III win list with 24 wins. A little trivia question. Who is the winningest Division III winner? Think about it, and we'll have that answer later in the evening. We'll move on to our NHRA Junior Drag Racing League Summit. NHRA, where do we go? The NHRA Summit Junior Drag Racing League, I just want to say. I got out of it in 2008, I can't remember the thing. But no, at this time, we'd like to invite the Division III Junior Drag Racing League VP, Race of Fuels, Race of Champions to the stage. Damian Stout, Bobby Bodie, and Jordan Lukavonsky to the stage, please. The 2014 VP Fuels Junior Race of Champions were special races as part of the NHRA Division III Junior Championships at Lyons Raceway Park. Track champions were top representatives from each of the member tracks participated in 3 age group classes. Damian Stout competed in the 8 and 9-year-old category, representing the team of Lucas Oil Raceway at Indianapolis, and took home the gold by running closer to his dial-in the final round. Ladies and gentlemen, your 8 and 9-year-old Race of Champions, Damian Stout.
I would like to thank my parents for letting me race and my family for being there every race. and helping me out. And I would like to thank my sponsors, Walker George Motorsports and Peacefield Welding. And I would like to thank my track workers for a good, safe race. Thank you.
I could probably use the step stool myself, but I'll just make it look like I'm growing up finally, you know. And we'll move on to our 10 to 12-year-old race of champions, the most winning junior dragster driver in the North Central Division, as he is won the 8-9-year-old division championship representing Route 66 Raceway before, and he claimed the 2014 10 to 12-year-old title. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bobby Bodie.
Good evening. I would like to take the time to thank my mom, my crew chief Jim Lakis, and my sponsors Northwest Trucks and my dad's bag company. I have been lucky enough to get on the stage 4 out of the last 5 years. I owe that to a good race car and my dad making me practice my tree when I'd rather be doing something else. Thanks, Dad. We had a great season, and we're glad to be part of the NHRA Division III family. Thanks again.
Now we'll move to our 13 to 17-year-old division race of champions for Mid-Michigan Motorplex, capturing his championship in 2014. Please welcome Jordan Likabowski.
How's everyone doing? I just want to take the time to thank a few people. I want to thank American Race Cars, Craig Blossom, Blossom Racing Engines, for giving me a car to race this year. I want to thank Hunter and Dave Aka for taking me down to Lions to get the win. And I want to thank my dad and grandpa for everything they've done. So, thank you.
In 2014, the NHRA celebrated 22 years in junior drag racing. 2 major conference championships were conducted in the NHRA Junior Drag Racing League. The Eastern Conference Championship were conducted in July at Bristol Dragway in Bristol, Tennessee. There were over 500 junior competitors at the event, with 2 of the 8 age group champions being right here from the North Central Division. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your 8-9-year-old NHRA Summit Racing Equipment Junior Drag Racing League champion, Lizzie Martell. Lizzie from Carlton, Michigan, represented Team Milan Dragway. Was the 2013 8-9-year-old champion. Took a reaction time advantage in the final round, running closer to a dial-in for the championship. Congratulations again.
Hello, everyone. I am Lizzie Martell. I want to start by thanking NHRA and the Junior Dragster Racing League, Summit, Jags, and Milan Dragway, Lozon Engines for an awesome motor, and my crew chief for a tune-up. That helped me win a lot. Thanks Mom and Dad for making this happen, and most of all, thank the Lord who kept us safe in travel and on track. I had one heck of a season, 16 wins, a perfect run, 4 Wallies, a track championship, in Mid-Michigan Motorplex, a huge win at the Eastern Conference Finals. I can't wait for next year. Oh yeah, my dad says this would be a good time to mention if you would like to sponsor us. I'm sitting right over there. Have a good night, thank you.
It's funny, a lot of us spend hours on a sponsorship proposal, and she did it in 10 seconds right there. Congratulations again. Now we'll welcome our 14-year-old NHRA Junior Drag Racing League Eastern Conference champion, Derrick Raymond. Derrick from South Lyon, Michigan, represented Mid-Michigan Motorplex, and he had the best race package in the final and semifinal rounds. Derrick had a great 003 light to go along with his 006 in the final. He receives his conference championship Wally and jacket tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, your 14-year-old champion, Derrick Raymond.
I'd just like like to say a couple thanks to NHRA for great racing, and then Summit for Eastern Conference Finals. I'd like to thank my parents for everything they do, take me everywhere, all the races. Thank you.
Now it's my pleasure to introduce the 2014 NHRA Summit Racing Junior Drag Racing League Division III champions. Our thanks to Jay Farnsworth and the crew at Lions Raceway Park. Always put on a great show over there. Hats off to them for hosting our division championship event. Your 8 and 9-year-old division champion, Walker Thompson. Walker, the 8 and 9-year-old division champion from Martinsburg, Kentucky, represented Ohio Valley Dragway. Won the final round, big starting line advantage, and was 12-15 dial-in. The 10 to 12-year-old division champion, please welcome my man Brad Cole. Brad is the 10 to 12-year-old division champion representing Crossroads Dragway. He won the final round by running closer to his dial-in over last year's Eastern Conference Finals champion, Alex Kish.
I'd like to thank God, my parents, my sister, my grandpa, my grandma, and my sponsors. And my brother Derrick.
Had to get that in there. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your 13 to 17-year-old division champion, Shelby Hamilton. Shelby from Dresden, Ohio, representing Pacemakers Dragway Park, had a final round starting line advantage and ran closer to her dial-in to force a breakout for her opponent. 13 to 17-year-old champion. She walks up from the back, Shelby Hamilton.
I'd like to start out by saying what an experience it is to stand in front of all of you tonight, where so many great races have stood before me. It's truly a great honor. I'd like to first thank Lions Raceway Park for hosting the division finals. I'd also like to thank Rod Zolman and the rest at Pacemakers Dragway Park, and Chris and Nathaniel Stillwell and the rest at National Trails Raceway Park for providing me with 2 great home tracks to race at when I'm not traveling to other races. All of you are like family to me. I'd also like to thank Randy and Judy at Haskell Race Cars for giving me a great and reliable car, and Bo, Tammy, and Thomas at Huddleston Performance for providing me with a consistent motor, clutch combinations, and amazing support both on and off the track. I'd also like to thank my uncle Nick Hamilton for helping me when my mom and dad couldn't do it all, and also Vernon and Angie Griffith for their help and support. Lastly, and most importantly, I'd like to thank my mom and dad because without their dedication and commitment, I wouldn't be standing in front of you tonight. They're the ones who have taken me to the track every weekend for years, and without them, I wouldn't even know what the sport of drag racing was, so I owe a huge thanks to them for everything that they've done for me. Thank you.
That's okay. That's all right. Do you need the booster yet?
Step right up.
Yeah, there you go. This time I'd like to recognize the people that have a great deal to do with the success of the North Central Division, and that's our Division III certification crew. It takes a team effort, and we have a great group of guys and gals that work tirelessly. They're the first ones there, generally, and the last ones to leave. If the entire Division III certification crew towards the back, if you would please stand, and please join me in a big round of applause for the North Central Division certification team. Thank you, everybody. Great job. I think Rich went through and tried to accumulate all of the years of service that the team collectively has, and he came up with a number of 707 years. And we got a new one. Oh. We'd like to also congratulate Joe Lease, who earlier today at the Rich's Tech Seminar down at the PRI show downtown was presented the Don Pinky Cobbs Memorial Award in recognition of his dedication to Division III drag racing. Additionally, as a part of the award, Dorothy Cobbs makes a $150 donation to draw in Joe's names. Congratulations, Joe. This time it gives me great pleasure to welcome a special guest from the NHRA Glendora, California headquarters office. He has roots here in the North Central Division, growing up in just outside of Joliet in Illinois. He joined the NHRA in 2005 and assumed the role of Director of Racing Administration in 2007, and in 2011 was promoted to the Vice President of Racing Administration. If you would, please welcome Josh Peterson.
Thanks, Jay. I didn't need the stand there. On behalf of NHRA, I want to congratulate each and every one of you on your accomplishments this year during the 2014 season. As Jay alluded to earlier in the evening, the challenge to get here was difficult, long, and a long road to get here. So sit back, enjoy the evening. This night has been put together for you. Enjoy it with your friends and family, and look forward to 2015. Of course, none of this would be possible if it wasn't for the many sponsors and the great network of member tracks that we have within the division. So I'd like to thank each and every one of you for everything that you do to support the sport of drag racing and everything that the sport of drag racing means to everybody in this room. I want to wish everybody a happy holiday, have a safe holiday. And we look forward to seeing each and every one of you in just a few short months in the 2015 season. Have a good evening.
This past year, I alluded to the exciting season of the Jake Super Quick Series. Rich Bowers, if you would come up on stage. And TJ, would you join us? We've got some of your money we want to pass out. The 2014 NHRA Jake Super Quick Series had 8 different winners and an exciting finish to the 26th anniversary season of the series. The championship was not decided until the very final round and the very final race of the season. Representing our Jake Super Quick Series awards will be TJ and Rich Bowers, our Division Tech Director. We'd like also to recognize the top 8 qualifiers for the Quick Fuel Technology Shootout. Unfortunately, rain washed out the shootout at the season final, and it will be run in 2015. Our third place finisher in the Jake Super Quick Series for 2014, Mike King. Mike, if you'll come forward. Mike and Terry put together a great 2014 season. They secured a win at Lions Raceway Park in late May. That kept them in the hunt for the top 10 throughout the year. As consistent as they were in 2014, they should certainly be a threat in the 2015 Jake Super Quick Series. Congratulations to Mike King, our third place finisher. The runner-up in the series that was that 7th Al short had a great season nonetheless. Al and Lona competed in a lot of races throughout 24. They ran in all 9 of the Jake Super Quick Series events and also finished in the top 10 in the Lucas Oil Spitzer Race Cars Top Dragster Series. Al had a win at Bunker Hill Drag Strip in mid-year, put himself into position to win the championship at the season final, but came up the 7,000 short. Our congratulations for our runner-up in the 2014 Jake Super Quick Series, Al Peevler. And your 2014 NHRA Jake Super Quick Series champion, Tony Pranger. Tony, come forward. Tony hails from Fort Wayne, Indiana. He'll collect $2,000 from Jakes. He started his 2014 Super Quick Series with a win at Lucas Oil Raceway at Indianapolis. It was a kind of a nail-biting finish as he went out in the first round of the season final at Indianapolis as well, and had to watch as one by one there were 7 other challengers that went out in eliminations and out down to the final round of competition. Tony Supercharged Dragster runs in the 450s in the 8th mile and at most of the super quick races. He's also racing in Super Pro at the track as well. He's always driving the car back to the staging lanes, and it certainly is a contender. Your 2014 Jake Super Quick Series champion, Tony Pranger.
Kind of crazy when the season started, I told my wife, I said, we've done a series off and on throughout the past 2 or 3 years, and it was a lot of fun, met a lot of nice people, and thought, well, we'll run the whole season, and whatever happens, we'll do the best we can if we can finish in the top 10, because she's always bugged me, I want one of those Jegs jackets. I thought, well, I'll do the best I can, and whatever, maybe we can get in the shootout and get top 10 finish, and it's just surreal to be a series champion. It really is. I just want to thank Jay and Rich and Joanne, everybody at Division 3. You guys are amazing. Jegs Automotive, everybody at Jegs. You guys do a fantastic job with our series and many other things. Quick Fail Technology stepped up this year to be our shootout sponsor. And most of all, to be able to do this with my whole family. That's probably been the most the enjoyable part of the whole season. It really has. My mom, my dad, my wife Michelle, and my sister. That's probably been the most important thing. Thank you very much.
We certainly want to thank the Coffin family and the entire staff at Jegs for their support of the Super Quick Series. We're heading into the 27th year in 2015. This time I'd like to introduce Dennis Winegar to lead us through the awards for the Summit Racing Series.
Thanks, Jay. Thanks, Brad. Everybody needs a groupie. Well, maybe not Brad. The NHRA Summit Racing Series Division Finals is a very unique event. Go down there to Lucas Oil Raceway at Indianapolis, as we have for a whole bunch of years now. And we have a lot of fun, but it's serious fun because these folks win their categories and go to Pomona to be the world champion. Total of 687 participants took part in this year's 38th annual event. We thank the track operators, volunteers, Lucas Oil Raceway crew, participants whose collective efforts made the yearly event without question one of the best ever. And hats off to the Track Announcer Guild members who did volunteer to announce this year. Some of them are here tonight, and I'd like to have you guys stand up if you would, please, because they donate their time and go down and make sure that everybody knows exactly what's going on at all times on the track. So thank you, guys. The event highlights. We had 3 first-time winners in this division. Terry McGee continued his streak of qualifying for all 38 Division ET final events. $70,833 was paid out with 244 different winners. The division champions advanced to the Summit Racing Series National Championships in Pomona, California. The weekend was packed with VP Racing Fuels Race of Champions, Summit shootouts, dialing for dollar rounds, individual class best appearing awards, division high school championships, and a track manager's race. And another one of the highlights of the event is the VP Fuels Race of Champions. And we would like to acknowledge this year's Champions of Champions and Super Pro from Pacemakers Dragway Park it was Dick Cochran. That'd be his car. And in the Pro ET from Lucas Oil Raceway, James Gibbs. In the Super Pro Bike category from Summit Motorsports Park, Rick McWaters. And in the Sportsman category from Lucas Oil Raceway, Austin Toole. Our thanks to VP Racing Fuels for their sponsorship of this exciting race. The color, fun, and excitement of the NHRA Summit Racing Series ET Finals can best be exemplified by the next two awards. The 2014 National Dragster Team Spirit Award is presented tonight to Byron Dragway. And accepting for Byron Dragway is BJ Vangnas. So BJ, come on up.
We'd like to thank Lucas Oil Raceway for hosting such a great event. Division 3 as well for all their support. All of our team members for their energy that they put forth, and also Summit for being a sponsor of this Summit Super Series for all of us as well. And the only thing I'd like to add on behalf of ourselves and all the tracks that are out there, we need to do what we can to add one more person. So every racer, everybody that you can to introduce somebody new for the next season, let's do that and make this division grow. Thank you.
Thanks, BJ. Along with the individual competition, an overall team champion was determined. 1 point was awarded for each round won. $2,500 in the team championship money. Bonuses were paid out with each of the winning team members, 32 of them in all, receiving $200, and each runner-up team member awarded $100. And the second spot, finishing with 49 points, was Summit Motorsports Park. Congratulations to all those folks. And claiming the 2014 National North Central Division National Championship Sears Team Championship Award, their sixth was Killcare Dragway with 52 points. And accepting tonight for Killcare will be the track manager, William Tharp. William? Had a chance to talk to William this morning during the track operators conference, and he gave me a little bit of the history of the name Killcare. That originally this was developed as a park area, and people could come down there to kill their cares after work. Really, this is true. William told me. And the other thing that he told me was that as this town settlement developed, it was kind of the wide place in the railroad track. So there was the dance hall, the brothels, the taverns, and some things just never changed, right?
Well, I knew I shouldn't have shared any of those details with Dennis about the track, but thank you to all of the competitors, especially Division III competitors that are just some of the most fierce ones out there. More importantly, thank you to Summit for putting on a great series for us, and of course Jay, Rich, and the entire staff that puts up with me and my ridiculous phone calls I get on a regular basis for different needs and wants and questions. But just thank you to everyone for support. Look forward to being back here hopefully in 2015.
And if you get a chance tonight, ask William about his son's pictures that he got on the cell phone. It's cool. It's really cool. The North Central Division high school champions from Dustin Evelyn, from Zanesville, Ohio, rather. It's Dustin Evelyn. So, Dustin, come on up. 2 high school students qualify from each of the participating member tracks, with Dustin representing Pacemakers Raceway Park in his 85 S10. That'd be that 85 S10 right there. Dustin's on his way up. Your 2014 NHRA Summit Racing Series High School Champion, Dustin Evelyn.
Good evening. First off, I'd really like to thank my parents. Without them, I would have never got into racing. You know, they got me started, put me through the junior dragsters, and enjoyed all that, and they kept putting me through the racing in high school, and I'm still enjoying it. I'd like to thank my brother a lot. You know, he is also a big factor in my drag racing. He taught me how to win. He won the high school championship before me, and I came back and won in the same truck. I'd like to thank Pacemakers for having such a good high school competition this year, and Summit Raceway, or Summit, for putting up the race. Thank you.
Congratulations, Destin. Let's move now to our 4 categories. The 2014 NHRA Summit Racing Series North Central Division Sportsman Champion is Ted Lipka from O'Fallon, Missouri, and Gateway Motorsports Park. Ted, if you'd come on up, please. Ted was the Sportsman Track Champion at Gateway Motorsports Park with his low 12-second Camaro that looks like a real sleeper, but can run right on the dial in with good reaction time, and came out on top as the division champion. And in National Director, it said he ran 12:10 on his 12:10. That's pretty good, pretty good. Ted lost in the semifinals of the Summit Racing Series National Championships out in Pomona. That's okay. We'll get him out there again one of these days. Your 2014 NHRA Summit Racing Series Sportsman ET Champion, Ted Lipka.
Well, I'd like to thank my wife, number one, for letting me race all these years and still being married to me. And I'd like to thank NHRA and Summit Racing for putting on this series, which made it possible for basically a dream to come true for a guy like me to be in the big show. And I'm really thankful for all that. Thank you.
Ted's from O'Fallon, Missouri, not to be confused with O'Fallon, Illinois, or Cheyenne, Wyoming. So not that that's a big problem for folks. The 2014 NHRA Summit Racing Series North Central Division Pro ET Champion from Kilcare Dragway, Stephen Collier from Huber Heights, Ohio. Stephen? Remember, Kilcare was the championship-winning team. Stephen ran as part of the championship-winning team from Kilcare Dragway with his 88 S10 pickup. That'd be that one right there. While disappointed that he didn't bring home the national championship back home, we're sure Stephen has great memories from his racing at Pomona. Your 2014 Summit Racing Series Pro ET champion, Stephen Collier from Huber Heights, Ohio, America's largest community. I should have written this out with like a typewriter. America's largest community of brick homes.
I'd like to thank my parents for all their help, my brother, my dad for working on the cars. Also like to thank NHRA and Summit for putting together a great program for us. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Performance Paint. Kent, he does a lot for us, helps us out, gives us whatever we need. Also like to thank Parsons and Myers Racing Engines, and they make sure we have a reliable motor and get down track every pass. And just thank you everybody for all the support this year. Thank you.
Moving on to the 2014 Summit Racing Series North Central Division Super Pro Bike Champion. And that would be none other than Bruce Damewood from Clinton, Iowa, representing Route 66 Raceway. Bruce? Bruce was the Super Pro Bike Champion in 2009 and was second in the Route 66 Super Pro Bike Points for 2014. He went on to win his second championship with the Division III Summit Racing Series at Indy. And Bruce is the first Pomona finalist from Route 66. That's what they told me this morning. So it's got to be true. It's got to be true. Here is your Super Pro Bike Champion from Clinton, Iowa, from 1850 to 1900. Bruce knows this, of course. 1850 to 1900. They were known as the lumber capital of the world. Bruce, congratulations.
Thank you. Probably why the baseball team's called the Lumber Kings, I'm guessing. First, I'd like to thank Jay and his entire team for all their hard work and behind-the-scenes efforts. Secondly, I have to give a big thanks to Summit for putting together a program like the one we have. Last but not least, my wife, Amanda, and daughter Natalie, because without them two, it'd be tough to go racing. Upon my arrival in Pomona, I told Route 66 track operator Charlie Lindsay, no matter the outcome, I truly feel like a champion. I had 16 friends and family members take time out of their busy schedules to fly to California and cheer me on. Not to mention, on Sunday, a multi-time national event winner, Tommy Phillips, who was down to 5 in both Super Gas and Super Comp, pulled me into his trailer and gave me a rundown on the current weather and track conditions to help me dial my bike in. It is because of the many little things like this that I'm proud to be a member of NHRA Drag Racing.
Bruce is such a dedicated racer going from Clinton, Iowa to Route 66. On his way down here to Indianapolis, coming down Interstate 74, he actually took the turn on Interstate 55 to head toward Joliet. Just runs there all the time. North Central Division Super Pro champion from Island Dragway and Rossford, Ohio. This will be Tim Buckley coming up next. Tim? Tim had a great 009 light in the final round, but was second out of the gate. Made up for it by driving the finish line for the win. Tim had a heartbreaking 004 red light in the first round at the Summit Racing Series National Championship in Pomona. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes it happens. From Rossford, Ohio, your 2014 NHRA Summit Racing Series Super Pro Division champion, Tim Buckley. Tim?
I'd like to congratulate all the other champions here tonight. Being a past track champion, I know what it takes when you get down to crunch time, the dedication through the whole year to end up to be the winner. You know, so congratulations, you guys. Great job. Also like to thank Milan Dragway up there. That's where we race every week. They do a pretty good job. The program's real nice. Without them, we wouldn't be able to come down here. Also, shout out to Norwalk Raceway Park. I live right between both tracks, so I participate in both. I understand why Billy is track of the year. You know, do a great job. I'd like to thank Summit. If you have not been involved in this series, it's hard to believe what they put in just for us bracket racers. I mean, they give us money when we win. They give us money just to go to California. We park up front. The sportsmen park behind us. We're close to the stands. We get to meet the pros. They have a great banquet for us. They do an outstanding job. I'd like to say thank you to Summit, period. They do a great job. And the staff out there at Pomona, they really treated us well. We had a banquet. They went out of their way to make everybody feel like a champion. So thank you again, Summit. And thanks to Division 3 people here. Needed any questions answered, they took that. Took any phone calls, answered them in a timely fashion. Very good. Also like to, I think we all race with our family. My family's back here with me tonight. My wife's put up with this for over 30 years. Thank you, dear. And thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
And back to Jay, everybody. Big round of applause for Jay Hullinger.
Thank you, Dennis, and again, congratulations to all the Summit Racing Series champions. It was a fantastic event. We enjoyed great weather, typically at Lucas Oil Raceway, of course, but it was a great event, and our thanks to all of the people behind the scenes to help make it happen. At this time, we'd like to present the North Central Division ET Driver of the Year Award, as voted on by you through our online balloting on our division website, NHRADIV3.com. ET Bracket Driver of the Year, the finalists in the voting: Dick Cochran. He was the Super Pro VP Racing Fuels Race of Champions and runner-up in the event finals. Stephen Collier, who was the Summit Pro ET champion, and Tony Pranger, the 2014 Jake Super Quick Series champion. And your 2014 ET Driver of the Year, Tony Pranger.
this is really hard to believe. I mean, there's just so many tough drivers in Division III. I think it's truly one of the toughest, most competitive divisions in the country, and to be chosen by fellow drivers really means a lot. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Tony. Derrick, if you would come back up, we got some more awards to give away here tonight at the Land of the Winners Awards Banquet.
No, for 2014, we held the third annual Moser Engineering Sportsman Shootout as part of the JEGS Northern Sports Nationals at National Trail Raceway just outside of Columbus, Ohio. The top 2 points earners in Super Stock, Super Comp, Super Gas, Super Street, Top Dragster, and Top Sportsman, along with 2 wild-card lottery-picked competitors, battled in a unique 8th mile style bracket format. Rudy Matthews added the Moser Shootout title to his division and JEGS All-Stars Championship resume, wheeling his Super Street Camaro to a final round win over Ed Dudley, Spitzer Top Dragster. Equipped with Moser axles, Matthews posted pocketed $5,000 of the $15,000 purse. Let's try that. Qualifying for the 2015 Moser Sportsman Shootout begins in May, with the shootout once again contested as part of the JEGS Northern Sports Nationals at National Trail Raceway. Rudy's not with us tonight, but we do congratulate him once again on his Moser Sportsman Shootout win, and thank you to Moser Engineering. The JEGS All-Stars event held this past year on Saturday of the O'Reilly Auto Parts Route 66 Nationals brings together outstanding Lucas Oil Series competitors from all around the country in NHRA 7 divisions for both individual and overall division team championships, and over $100,000 in cash prizes for Tomany and team bonuses. We would like to recognize the members of the 2014 All-Stars Division III team. In Top Alcohol Dragster, Brandon Boer. In Top Alcohol Dragster also, Bill Reichert. Top Alcohol Funny Car competitors, Chris Foster and Andy Bull. In Competition Eliminator, Greg Camplain, who was the JEGS All-Stars winner. Super Stock, Jeff Dona. Stock Eliminator, Tim Gillespie. Super Comp, Ray Conley. And Super Gas, Pat Martin. Damian Hazelton in Super Street. Marco Abruzzi in Top Dragster. Top Dragster also was James Monroe. And our 2 top sportsman competitors were Jerry Albert and John Scally Jr., as Jerry Albert was the JEGS All-Stars champion. And also points for our 2015 JEGS All-Stars team started at the Route 66 last June and will conclude with the NHRA Lucas Oil Drag Racing Series event in Norwalk in May. At this time, we have a Lucas Oil video. If you would direct your attention to the screen, please.
They're up and running. He's gonna do it. He gets down to the top end and he did it. I'm a hot rod running, fast trunk running. Top end, wind light comes on. It'll be cool and loose on a whole shot. Head start ramping. Here comes that dragster. I'm a hot rod loving nitro chugging firecracker in the puddle. I'm gonna stay in check, but it ain't like and that team absolutely going crazy. Trying to hang the nose out there, top end. Troy Coughlin wins Indy with a perfect 9,900. That's all Bill Reichert's going to need. absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Hold up that Wally. Way to go. We'll walk out of this event victorious.
So with that, we will kick off our Lucas Oil Drag Racing Series top 3 finishers here in the North Central Division of 2013. In competition eliminator, third place goes to David Billingsley. David from Decatur, Illinois, drove his Cutlass, all automatic, to runner-up at Gateway in a semifinal round appearance at Lucas Oil Raceway. David was the 1988 Super Gas champions. Once again, congratulations. Third place, competition eliminator, David Billingsley. Moving on to the super stock category, the third place finisher from Belle Vernon, Pennsylvania, from that Chrysler for Tom Sheehan. Tom finished ninth in the super stock Lucas Oil national point standings in 2013, moved up to 5th here in 2014, and he scored wins at Cecil County Dragway in Maryland and Silver Dollar Raceway in Georgia to finish third place here in Division 3. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Sheehan, 3 in super stock. Moving on to our third place finisher and stock eliminator, Bo Butner from Floyd's Knob, Indiana, who had the stock eliminator win at Atlanta Dragway along with a semi-final round appearance in Beach Bend, finished third. He also had a Super Street win at the Jags Northern Sports Nationals in Joey's Ship's car and won stock at the Ohio Valley Door Slammer National Open. He'll win in anything you give him, ladies and gentlemen, Bo Butner. Moving into our 890 Super Comp category from Elyria, Ohio, Ray Conley. Ray finished third. He's a former division and national champion, runner-up at National Trail Raceway, and registered enough late-round finishes to claim number 9 in Super Comp nationally. Ladies and gentlemen, Ray Conley. Our Super Gas third-place finisher for 2014 goes to the Fort Wayne, Indiana-based Corvette Steve Hoyt. If it was Steve and Janice's second straight third-place points finish in Super Gas, hit a little late-season win in Gainesville, Florida, and was runner-up at Summit Motorsports Park up there in Norwalk, Ohio. Steve Hoyt, third-place finisher. Moved on to the 1090 Super Street category for the former division champion and Jags All-Stars winner of Ohio City, Ohio, wheeling the Camaro, Rudy Matthews. Earlier, we mentioned Rudy won the Mosier Engineering Sportsman Shootout. Well, he had Ruth also had a Super Street win up there in Norwalk, Ohio at Summit Motorsports Park. Rudy Matthews, top 3 finisher in Super Street. And once again, a hats off to all of our third place Lucas Oil Series finishers here in the North Central Division. At this time, I would like to invite Rich Bowers and Travis Miller to present the National Performer Class Winner Award. I guess I'm going to read it. It's news to me. But no, the individual class eliminations has for years provided some exciting heads-up, all-out competition in super stock and stock. In 2011, the NHRA introduced a program to recognize this season's top national performers in class racing. We would like to have Gary Summers make your way to the stage, please. The Class Performer Award is broken down into both manual and automatic transmission groups in both stock and super stock categories. Gary Summers will be taking 2 Wallies back to Franklin, Kentucky, and a boatload of bonus contingency awards from people like Comp Cams, Quick Fuel, Edelbrock, McLeod, Jiffy Type, VP Racing Fuel, TCI, and Ford, as they won both the super stock and stick stock automatic categories. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Gary Summers.
Thank you. I would like to thank my wife, Cindy. She got me back into drag racing after 30 years. My little pint-sized crew chief here, Jackson. Tommy and Wanda Turner. Tommy is literally my right-hand man since I'm out of commission. Division 3, Jay and Rich, all the tech guys, Travis, and all the sponsors who put this on, and vote for Red Man for president.
Also, our congratulations goes to Keith Lynch, who was unable to be here this evening for his Superstock automatic title. 3 of the 4 winners are right here from the North Central Division. So great job off to the stock and Superstock guys.
Derrick might make note that, see Gary's wounded here. Gary's wounded, so we have a Band-Aid on his wallet for him.
Oh, man. This time... All right, so let's hand out that $561,000 of year-end bonus money from Lucas Oil and me, our 2014 North Central Division Lucas Oil Drag Racing Series runner-ups. In competition eliminator with 305 points from Lebanon, Ohio, it's Rick Brown. Rick was the 1992 Superstock and 2011 competition eliminator champion. He had many of the late round finishes in his Pro Stock style truck. His Jags Northern Sports Nationals win helped propel him to the 6th place points national in competition eliminator. Ladies and gentlemen, my pleasure to your 2nd place finisher, Rick Brown. Moving on to our Superstock category, runner-up with 351 points from Elk Grove Village, Illinois, Fred Bartoli, Team Altronics. Fred was the 2000 Division III Superstock champion and was in contention for his 2nd title with several late-round finishes and a win at Route 66 Raceway in Joliet, Illinois for his division runner-up and a 9th place overall nationally. Ladies and gentlemen, Fred Bartoli. Move on to the Stock Eliminator category, runner-up with 395 points from Greenwood, Indiana. Drives that Ford, it's Drew Skillman. The 3rd-generation racer has already established himself among the class greats. He scored divisional event wins at South Jordan and Atlanta Dragway in pursuit of defending his Division III Stock Eliminator title. He also picked up a national event win at Bristol Dragway and Charlotte down there at ZMAX to finish 2nd in the Lucas Oil National Points. He also finished 4th in comp and next year will enter the Pro Stock Wars with a new Chevrolet Camaro. Ladies and gentlemen, Drew Skillman, Stock Eliminator, 2nd place. Moving on to our Super Comp runner-up with 371 points from Greenbrier, Tennessee, Ryan Richardson. He had a statement in 2014. The apple hasn't fallen from the tree, per se. Ryan, it's been not a bad losing to your dad, has it? Who also took the national championship. Ryan had a Super Comp win at Atlanta Dragway and a runner-up at Beachbend Raceway Park in Hullinger, Kentucky. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Richardson. Hailing out of the mail order capital of the world, the yellow and black Delaware, Ohio Jags team for Troy Coughlin Jr. TJ, the Super Gas runner-up here in the division points, and also from a family with great racing heritage, to say the least. He had a divisional win at Cecil County Dragway and runner-up at Beach Bend Raceway and national event wins at the Chevrolet Performance U.S. Nationals and the Jags Northern Sports Nationals and his home track at National Trail Raceway. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2nd place runner-up in Super Gas, TJ Coughlin. Your Super Street runner-up with 320 points from Cranfield, Ohio. Please welcome last year's champion, Phil Schmeida. Phil won the 2013 Super Street Championship by virtue of a tiebreaker system and won 2nd place in 2014 by a tiebreaker again. While he went winless in Super Street, he captured his 2nd Super Gas National Event win at Norwalk, won in Super Comp at Route 66 Raceway in Chicago. Ladies and gentlemen, Phil Schmeida. And one more time for your 2014 Division III runner-ups. We'll now recognize the number 5 through number 2 finishers in the North Central Division Regional Top Alcohol Dragster and Top Alcohol Funny Car point standings. In Top Alcohol Dragster, 5th place from Lowell, Indiana, it's Dave Arata. Dave shared driving duties with Miss Mia Tedesco. All of the tuning duties behind the wheel. He was runner-up in the Fuel Wars event at National Trail Raceway. Tuned Mia to her first top alcohol win at Beach Bend Raceway Park. Comes in with 181 points. Ladies and gentlemen, again, Dave Arata. Finishing in fourth place in our top alcohol dragster category with 191 points from Urbana, Illinois. No one was more disappointed with the season than Brandon, who was hoping to defend his top alcohol dragster regional title. His only regional round wins resulted at the event victory at the Cavalcade of Stars up there at Summit Motorsports Park in Norwalk, Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Boer. Moving on to our third place, points finisher with 288 points from Clinton, Indiana. Please welcome Jared Dreer. Dreer won the inaugural All-American Hot Rod Showdown at Gateway Motorsports Park and was runner-up at the Spring Spectacle of Speed at Lucas Oil Raceway in Indianapolis, and also captured Tri-State Dragway's West Regional event. Ladies and gentlemen, again, Jared Dreer. Coming in second place here in 2014 in the top alcohol dragster point standings with 288 points. We're driving that Rislone top alcohol dragster. Please welcome one of the best, Bill Reichert. Real quick, back to the trivia question that we asked earlier. Had the all-time winner was in Division 3. Well, it's the man walking up right behind me, Bill Reichert, with 39 wins. It was in perspective. He was the next closest was Bob Glenn and Chuck Cheeseman with 28 wins, and obviously he ended his career with 39. So that's very impressive. So, ladies and gentlemen, fifth through second, Lucas Oil, top alcohol dragster point standings. Now we'll move to your top alcohol funny cars, number 5 through 2, regional point standing finishers right here in the North Central region. In top alcohol funny car, fifth place with 128 points from Harrison Township, Michigan. Please welcome Todd Robertson. Todd and his Eaton-backed Chevrolet Monte Carlo moved up from the 9th place finish last year and points to 5th this year. The team qualified at each of the regional events and was runner-up at the Chevrolet Performance U.S. Nationals. Very impressive. Again, Todd Robertson. Top alcohol funny car, 4th place with 224 points. Please welcome Ray Drew. Ray debuted his new Mustang body with the first top alcohol funny car victory of the season opener at Lucas Oil Raceway in Indianapolis and finished 3rd in the top 5 regional point standings with 224 points. Once again, congratulations, Ray Drew. Moving on to our 3rd place, points finisher in top alcohol funny car with 267 points from Racine, Wisconsin. It's driving that Ford, Andy Bowl. The defending regional champion put a lot of pressure on himself. The Wisconsin Knight found success in Ohio with the runner-up finish at Norwalk and a win at Columbus, the Lucas Oil Regionals. Ladies and gentlemen, number 3, top alcohol funny car points, Andy Bowl. Moving on to our 2nd place runner-up with 299 points from Davenport, Iowa, wheeling that Ford. Please welcome Chris Foster. Chris has been the top alcohol funny car Division 3 champion in 2009, along with in 2011 finishing 9th in the Lucas Oil National Points in 2012. He picked up his 4th win at Summit Motorsports Park and was runner-up at the Route 66 NHRA Nationals and also National Trail Raceway. Ladies and gentlemen, your 5th through 2nd points here in the Lucas Oil top alcohol funny car standings. In the NHRA Brodick Steve Schmidt Competition Engines Top Sportsman category, has produced some of the best and most exciting racing we've seen right here in the North Central Division. Let's meet the top 3 points finishers in the 2014 NHRA Brodick Steve Schmidt Competition Engines Top Sportsman Drag Racing Series. The number 3 overall finisher from Burlington, Wisconsin with 282 points. Please welcome Kurt Frederick. Kurt and Leanne closed the points gap with a late season change, including final round appearances at Gateway and the Jegs Northern Sports Nationals in Columbus. But points leader Jerry Albert was able to be caught. Generally 3rd place overall finisher, Kurt Frederick. Coming up in the runner-up spot with 294 points from Cynthiana, Kentucky. Please welcome Lester Johnson. Lester and Andy had one of the baddest hot rods, to say the least, in 2014, with their centrifugal supercharged 55 Chevrolet. He's always one of the top qualifiers and top sportsmen and had a late-round finishes at Norwalk, Joliet, Bristol, and Louisville. He comes in second place this year, Lester Johnson. And now it is my pleasure to introduce to you the 2014 Rodex Steve Schmidt Competition Engines Top Sportsman Champion. From Avon, Ohio, driving that Chevrolet Camaro, please welcome Jerry Albert. In the 11 seasons of Top Sportsman Racing within the division, we've only had 5 different champions. Jerry Albert joined the list of the multi-time North Central Division Top Sportsman champions, including Mitch Smith, Donnie Peden, Mike Coughlin, John Scally Jr. And tonight, Jerry receives his division championship, Wally, jacket, and gold card, and $3,000 from Rodex Steve Schmidt Competition Engines. Ladies and gentlemen, your champion.
Thanks, Derrick. I'd first like to thank the whole staff, Jay, Rich, and all the tech people, guys and gals, and the safety people. You do a great job. You have to put up with the oil downs and the weather and the rain and the late days, and you do a fantastic job, so I personally want to thank you. Second, I want to thank Lucas Oil for their support in series. Without you, it's pretty much a no-brainer. You know, you need the money to make this thing go. And with that being said, I'd also really like to thank the Coughlin family. Their support also, and without the support in the JEGS All-Star race, which I hope each and every one of you get to experience winning that deal. That was really cool. I heard from numerous people how much fun it would be and this and that, and it really was. And with that being said, I'd like you to also experience this deal. Winning this back-to-back, I didn't think I had a chance to do that. I truly would like to be up here next year, but there's some real tough racers, and I totally don't expect to be, but I'm going to give it my best shot. It wouldn't be possible without one of my number one crew person. She happens to be my wife. She came with no experience. She's learned a lot over the last 5 years. From 3 years ago when I pretty much demanded her to put me on the starting line mark because I just can't put that thing left or right just right, and she almost threw up, but she's done a fantastic job, obviously, over the last 2 years. So if you could give her a round of applause, my wife, Tracy. Thank you. And then last but not least, my dad. You know, everybody knows as a racer, you need somebody to do that. All the small stuff that means so much. And going on 76, he's going strong, and he's always there for me. And I just want to tell you, thanks, Dad. I appreciate it a ton. So, thank you, everyone. Everybody have a joyous Christmas and a safe and happy New Year.
You won't get any argument that the Spitzer Race Cars Top Dragster Series had some really bad hot rods in 2014, many of which are the Spitzer chassis dragsters. For those keeping record, the 12 quickest bump spots in the class history have been produced right here in the Land of the Winners in the North Central Division, including the quickest at 6:55.6, set at this year's Mickey Mart Rewards Cavalcade of Stars at Summit Motorsports Park in Norwalk, Ohio. Let's meet the top 3 points finishers in the 2014 NHRA Spitzer Race Cars Top Dragster category. The NHRA Spitzer Race Cars Top Dragster third place finisher from Evansville, Indiana, wheeling the dragstersforsale.com entry. Please welcome J.B. Straswig. Going rounds, equitable to points, and J.B. went rounds resulting in his best ever top dragster points finish. And certainly the highlight of the dragstersforsale.com team was their win at the Gateway National event in September. Hats off again to J.B. Straswig and the team. We'll move on to our second place points finisher here in the North Central Division. He's the transmission man from Warren, Ohio. Wheels the undercover race car. Please welcome Marco Abruzzi. your defending 2013 Spitzer Race Cars Top Dragster champion. In 2014, he claimed wins at Summit Motorsports Park, his home track, and a runner-up at the Jegs Northern Sports Nationals, another Ohio event for him. Ladies and gentlemen, here's runner-up in Spitzer Top Dragster, Marco Abruzzi. And now, your 2014 NHRA Spitzer Race Cars Top Dragster champion from Fort Wayne, Indiana, with 390 points. Please welcome Christopher Carrico. It's like one of those Brian Olsen deals. Make some noise, baby! The fast Jegs Super Quick Series champions kicked off the season with a runner-up showing at Indy in April, and weather got hot in August with back-to-back wins at Gateway and Bowling Green to secure his 2014 Spitzer Race Cars Top Dragster Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Carrico.
My dad said too, if anyone wants to sponsor us, we're sitting right over there. Everybody told me a few years ago when I was up here for Super Quick, enjoy every minute of it because it might not happen again. That's exactly right. We finished second in our first year last year, but it's still unbelievable to be up here again. My list of people I want to thank is a mile long. I'll probably forget somebody. And I promised Jay on Thursday at the Spitzer Open House I would make it quick. First, I'd like to thank Lucas Oil and all the staff at NHRA, Jay, Rich, Joanne, Redman, all the safety crew. You guys are the first ones to get there, the last ones to leave. You're on the starting line, in the finish line when it's 137 degrees at Bowling Green every year. It doesn't go unnoticed. Second, I'd like to thank Mike and Karen Spitzer. You guys sponsored the class so we can have a place to race and build one unbelievable race car. It really makes me look good. There's no other car out there that went down the track round after round, race after race like ours did this year. Division 3 has the baddest top dragsters in the country. And that's largely in part to Mike and everybody at the Spitzer family. I'd like to thank Ron Finney at Indy Racing Fuels, Mike Duke, Chase and Allen at Freedom Racing Engines, Patrick at Pro Systems, Marco Abruzzi. You guys rock. Thank you for your support this year. I'd also like to thank my wife Kirsten, who puts up with me being obsessed with the sport and being at the track all the time. She doesn't get to go to a lot of the races because of her work schedule, but every one of them that she did this year, we basically brought home a Wally, so there might be something to that, so we need to get her to more of them. My mom Shelly, who has to put up with me and my dad all year long. As much as he doesn't like to admit it, he's obsessed with it as well. She doesn't get to go to a lot of the races. I think probably because she gets a little stressed when you start winning rounds and has to make frequent trips to the bathroom. So she's going to kill me when I sit down. But hopefully we can give her a few more of them this year. We're going to try to find some shopping malls closer to the track to bribe her with. I'd like to thank my dad, Paul. He spends countless hours, building the transmissions, engines, and getting everything ready so we can go to the track every year. Just to go out and qualify at this level, is a statement to his dedication, let alone to win races and championships. He's taught me everything I know, and I'm just the monkey behind the wheel that tries not to mess it up. He got nominated for Sportsman Mechanic of the Year, so it's good to see him getting some of the credit he deserves, not just for this year, but the past 17 years since I started juniors in '98. Both my mom and dad have sacrificed an enormous amount so I can race. And just to say thank you is not near enough. If only they knew what they were getting themselves into when they brought home a junior dragster. Lastly, I'd like to thank Brandon Boer, Ryan and Juanita Smith, JB, Mark, and little Deidre at Dragsters for Sale, Philip Oakley, the Dudleys, Jake Hodge, Todd, Gail, and Christina Lawyer. All these people are great competitors, but they're the first ones to help you if you need help. And they're right there on the starting line cheering you on in the final round. Thank you guys for all being great friends. I'm pretty sure my mom and dad looked at me like I was crazy and had 3 heads when I told them 2 years ago, sell the super quick car, let's go quarter mile racing at top dragster, because we've never even ran quarter mile before. But we went in with both feet. So like here, you got one. So thank you guys.
At this time, I would like to bring up to the podium one of our great supporters here in the North Central Division for many years, and he's a sponsor of the Spitzer Top Dragster Series. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mike Spitzer.
I want to congratulate Chris for his great job in Top Dragster. I'd like to congratulate Marty Thacker for winning the championship there, and several people, Greg Camplain and Chris, and I'll blame it on my 72 years of age. How many people that brought their cars to our open house for last night's deal? I appreciate them bringing their cars out there, and I appreciate my wife very much, who worked real hard for our open house, to get our open house done and ready to go last night. While I was too busy looking at this, we had a friend that brought his brand new McLaren sports car to our open house, and I was too busy underneath it taking pictures of it and everything else. That seemed to be the most important thing for me at that point. So anyway, it was a fun evening with Jay and his group out there and everybody that came, and if anybody wants to come next year, we'll plan on having another one. So thank you very much, and enjoying life. Thank you.
So that brings us to our final group of the special awards before we honor our Lucas Oil Division champions. At this presentation, Jay, come to the podium. Or am I doing the? Okay, I messed up the script again. The Lucas Oil Sportsman Mechanic of the Year right here in the North Central Division. Our nominees were Paul Carrico, Dave Lair, and Philip Oakley. The sportsman driver voting was divided into two separate categories: the superliminary balloting, and including the Super Cop, Super Gas, and Super Street. The Sportsman Mechanic of the Year, ladies and gentlemen, Dave Lair.
This is truly an honor. I wish Dave could be here, and thank you all so much.
Now we'll move on to our North Central Division Lucas Oil Sportsman Driver of the Year. Our nominees were Luke Bogacki, Edmund Richardson, and Scotty Reinshield. Your Lucas Oil Sportsman Driver of the Year here in the North Central Division for 2014. Please welcome the driver of the Charlie Stewart race cars, Luke Bogacki.
Thank you, Derrick. Thank you, everybody. I certainly didn't expect this. Humbled and honored. Just thank y'all all so much. I got plenty to say later, so I'll see you in a minute.
Now we'll move to our North Central Division Lucas Oil Sportsman Driver of the Year for Super Stock, Stock, Top Dragster, and Top Sportsman. Our nominees were Christopher Carrico, Ricky Decker, and Randy Wilkes. And your Lucas Oil Sportsman Driver of the Year, please welcome Christopher Carrico. Now, as you make your way up your deal, I'm just going to give you a little advice. Say something good about your wife this time. Because I don't want to see you missing later today or not see you next year. You're going to walk home, okay.
Thank you to everybody that voted. I didn't really expect to win this, so I don't really know what to say. We had a really good year this year. Hopefully we can do it again next year. Thank you again to Mike Spitzer, my mom and dad, my wife, everybody that helped us this year. It'll be a good year next year. Hope we can do it again. Thank you.
Now we'll move on to our North Central Division Lucas Oil Pro Sportsman Mechanic of the Year. Our nominees were Randy Dreer, Dave Arata, and Bill Reichert. And your Lucas Oil Pro Sports Mechanic of the Year, Mr. Dave Arata.
Jay, I'm not going to make this a short speech. And everyone that got like 3 beers, you were the smart ones because it's going to take a long time. I'm just telling you right now, okay? I even got them on my phone too, so, you know. Thanks, North Central Division, the best in the country. I've raced at a lot of other divisions, and you guys are the greatest, so thank you. Safety Safari Crew, you guys are the ones that no one sees down at the end of the track. You're in fire suits all day, and we get to swap sweat at the end of the track and say hello and keep us safe. So I appreciate that. We all do. All us racers do. The certification crew, thank you again. You guys check all our stuff, keep us safe, and we appreciate that. Linda and Glenn from RFC, thank you. I mean, we think about you every pass. I think about you guys every pass. Lucas Oil, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Supporting us and sticking with us and supporting us every year. Our racing partners, real quick, NGK, again, Lucas Oil, Scapel Motors, Tom, he's here. Thank you. He's a personal friend and one of the best GM caddy dealerships in the nation. He told me if I won this, he was given 50% off his cost on caddies tonight. If you want to order, so go see Tom. He didn't know that. R&R Rods, Strange Engineering, Cars Protection Plus, We Find Parts, and our workers at our shop. Thanks, everyone. Mechanic of the Year, I mean, my mechanics are down there, our crew. Grayson and Chris, they're the guys that put this thing together every run. The heads don't blow off, the pan's on, the crank's in it. They're our mechanics. I just got to run back and forth and tell them to change a chip when, you know, I'm on the starting line and they can't find me. My mom and dad, the coolest 86 and 85-year-olds out there. They keep, thank you. I mean, they're the coolest cats. I think my mom's missed maybe 3 races since '97. My dad 1 or 2. Keep us, get us all the parts we need, and if you follow us, they buy us a lot of beer during the year. And I got to say, if everyone knows my girlfriend Molly, please tell her I mentioned her because she did say if I won, I never mentioned her in anything. So all you guys are witnesses. Thank you, Molly. I love you. All the winners, congratulations tonight. And I do want to say congratulations to someone who I want to say I want to be like. You know, you want to race the best to be the best, and that's Bill Reichert over here. Cream of the crop. I mean, we got some great racers, but I've always, when I come up against Bill, you know, I want to get that guy. And he's been a great inspiration to me, so congratulations. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you. It's an honor. Very humble.
Now we'll move on to our North Central Division Lucas Oil Pro Sportsman Driver of the Year. Our nominees were Steve Harker, Marty Thacker, and Bill Reichert. And at this year's 60th anniversary U.S. Nationals, Bill Reichert announced his retirement at the end of the season. We'll share some pretty impressive career stats with you coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Reichert.
Yeah, we'll take them any way we can get them, especially here. These are tough races to win. It's just great to win a race down here.
And Bill is going to celebrate, and my, did he celebrate in style.
Riz Long Car did an excellent job today. It did everything it was supposed to do.
Record-setting paces here. A great job there for Bill Reichert.
We got a lot of help from a lot of people, but it's fun to race, and I just love to win.
Sit tight for just a moment as I want to share some pretty impressive facts about Bill Reichert and his career over the time he's been with us here in NHRA. And I know Dave said he had a long speech. Like, I literally have a page of accomplishments that Bill's done, so it's been pretty impressive. The 5 national championship titles, tied with Rick Santos for the most wins in the class history. 10 division titles, most in the class history. The 28 national event wins that he conquered, which is second in the class history behind Rick Santos. 54 divisional event wins. His first one came in 1992, right when I was born. Most in class history, 6th overall. And the 39 number 1 qualifying positions, most in the class history. There's a trend going on if you didn't know it. But 37 times he set low ET, which is most in the class history. 35 times he set top speed. Say it with me, most in the class history. 3 JEGS All-Stars victories, tied with Tom Conaway for the most in the class history. 305 career round wins for eliminations, records of 305 to 161. And he's the current national record holder at 5.103 seconds at over 284.75 miles an hour. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bill Reichert.
This is a great honor to have this talked about. I don't even hardly know what to say. I've been doing what I love to do all this time, and I had fun at it. I had a pretty good deal, so we're done this year. This is our last year, and we'll see you guys later. Thank you.
We'll move into the Super Street category with 427 points. He wheels the Brookville, Indiana Fast Lube Corvette. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Scotty Reinshield. Scotty and Kendra really found the combination that their Corvette likes in the Super Street category. They had 3 Lucas Oil event wins in 2014, including in Joliet, St. Louis, and Bowling Green for their 2nd Super Street Division Championship. Scotty receives his Division Championship Wally, Lucas Oil Champions jacket, gold card, and $2,000 check from Kevin Williams with Lucas Oil. Ladies and gentlemen, Scotty Reinshield.
You just stand up here and look good. I'd like to stand up here and talk about a change I made on the car, or a turning point in the season that led me up here today. In reality, as many of you know, luck plays a vital role in that. And this year it was me as the luckiest one, and that's how I ended up here more than anything. What I can tell you is that I'm surrounded by a large group of amazing people. My in-laws, Mark and Deb, my parents, Deb and Steve, my little crew chief here, Cade, wave. You want to do what? You want to tell them? Say hi. And then last in the crew is my best friend and wife, Kendra. Without these people, I wouldn't be here enjoying what I love and having a great time. Yeah. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Fast Lube Oil Change Centers, McLaughlin Oil Company, Armor Paving and Sealing. I'd like to thank NHRA Division 3, Jay and Rich.
Yeah.
The whole crew, all the Division 3 workers, tracks, operators. And lastly, I'd like to thank Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
He's the one that allows us all to do this. So thank you, everybody.
Thanks to you too.
Say bye.
We'll have fun and we'll have to do some fun.
Okay. Thank you.
I don't know about you, but I think I see my upcoming next protege right there. I'm going to start working with him. But as we move to the Super Gas category with 461 points from Carterville, Illinois. When you're hot, you're hot. And no one was hotter than this man in 2014. Please welcome your Super Gas champion, Luke Bogacki. Luke gained the most points of any Division III champion with wins at Indy, Joliet, St. Louis for his first North Central Division championship. With a national event win in Topeka and Joliet, he earned the national championship to go along with his 2013 Super Comp national title. Tonight he receives his championship jacket, Wally, and the $2,000 check from Lucas Oil. Ladies and gentlemen, Luke Bogacki.
Thank you, Derrick. I got to start off by saying this has got to be the coolest podium I have ever stood behind. Kudos, Mike, all the guys at Spitzer. This is awesome. Nice work, guys. All right. A few of you may know I've actually lived within the Division III footprint for a few years now, although this was my first, kind of rookie season run in Division III. My wife and I bought a home in Southern Illinois back in 2010, but since then I chased Division II one season. I ran Division V 1 year. I even got the bright idea that I was going to chase Division VII a year ago. A lot of that was due to scheduling logistics and things like that, but I'll go ahead and come clean in front of all y'all tonight. I do drive race cars for a living. I didn't want a whole lot to do with you guys. Okay, y'all don't call this the land of the winners for nothing. It's brutal up here. I think that's pretty obvious, just what you've seen tonight. The champions coming up here, Chris and Jerry, Scotty, and of course the guys after me, Edmund, Ricky Decker, Mr. Wilkes, Chuck Habayel, all of you guys. And just in my class, in Super Gas this season alone, I had to deal with Troy Coughlin Jr., Steve Hoyt, Ray Conley, Tim Gillespie on down the line. Great competition up here, and that just makes this accomplishment that much more meaningful and that much more special. Obviously, I made the decision to run Division III this year. I got to every race except Norwalk. I had a great time. And I guess my reasoning for making that decision to run Division III had some personal changes in my life. Got a beautiful wife at home, great little baby boy, and staying closer to home took a little bit more priority than ever. For some reason, going to a division mate in, Phoenix didn't have the same allure that it did just a few years ago. But had a blast racing up here. You guys got a great thing going on. We got great racetracks. Jay and Rich do an excellent job, as well as everybody in the NHRA Division III staff and family. And of course, all of you racers, the competition, like I said, is brutal, but you guys have a good time. If you come to a Division III race and don't have fun, I'd have to say that's on you. So thank you guys for all your hospitality and kind of welcoming us as one of the family. I feel like I found a home here in Division III. And besides that, above anything else in this division, we got one thing that none of the other 7 geographic divisions can muster. We got Red Man. Come on. We're doing all right. I think everybody in this room can agree that in our sport, perfection is a goal that's unattainable. But if I could pick one word to describe our Super Gas season, I think I'd have to choose perfect. Just unbelievable. We had a great race car. Charlie Stewart and the gang back in Texas gave us a great car. The driver didn't get in that car's way near as often as I'm used to. We got just a great support staff all the way around, from our marketing partners and sponsors to our family, friends, just all the way down the line. And probably most of all, just all season long, it seemed like I got every break along the way. It was just unbelievable. And the end result is being able to accept this award today and ultimately the national championship. It's been a dream come true. I didn't get the short memo, sorry. I got a ton of people to thank. That list starts particularly in Supergas with the guys at Racing RVs. Joe Fisher and Michael Falk, really I felt like took a chance on me a little bit over a year ago. They just break their backs to keep my family going down the road in nicer equipment than we've ever had. And guys, if any of you are in need of a new or used RV or trailer, I urge you to give those guys a call. They're racers like us. They understand our needs, and they will just work night and day to make sure that you're happy. I also want to say thank you to K&N Filters. Racing RVs is the major sponsor, major marketing partner on our Corvette, as K&N is on our Super Comp car. And I want to make sure that I'm speaking directly into the microphone here, just in case anybody at K&N's listening when I say, I'm sorry, guys. We sucked in Super Comp this year. I'll try to do better next year. I hope 2015 brings a little bit more success. But in seriousness, if you're not familiar with K&N, you need to crawl out from under the rock you've been living under. Those guys make the greatest filters on the market. And more importantly to me, they're just a company that's rooted in motorsports and drag racing. And it's so cool on our end to be able to represent a company like K&N that does so much to support sportsman racing in particular. So thank you to those guys. Thank you to all of our associate marketing partners, APD Carburetors, Cars Protection Plus, Accelerated Graphics, Chase Huffman, to Product Development Group, the makers of the Flow Fast pumps and AirTech tire gauges that we use. Watts Auto Diesel Service, Carl and Kelly have been great to us. Mickey Thompson Tires, everybody at Bill Taylor Enterprises, and of course the Coughlin family and everybody at Jegs. It is such an honor to fly the yellow and black colors, particularly up here in Division 3 where it all got started. I want to pay homage to all of the manufacturers that we depend on. I don't think it's any secret we have the best car in the category all season long, all across the country. And that's a testament to every product that we bolted between the frame rails. I'm not going to stand here and list them all, but rest assured, every logo that you see on the side of our car is there for a reason. That reason is because I firmly believe that those manufacturers build the best products available, and those products give me the best chance to win. And in the class this competitive, believe me, I need all the help that I can get. On a personal note, thank you to Dave Zerlag, my friend and partner in the Motor City Hot Rod and Racing Expo. Thank you, Dave, for putting up with our racing schedule and for carrying the bulk of the weight on our show. Same goes to Scott and Leanne Bailey at I-57 Drag Strip, my partners in the Jag Summer Door Car Shootout. And of course, thank you to my beautiful wife, Jessica, our son, Gary. I love you guys so much. Thanks for all that you do. I want to thank the Lucas family, everybody at Lucas Oil for supporting our series, everybody at NHRA, particularly Division 3, for all that you guys do. And I want to congratulate all of the champions that will take the stage tonight. You guys enjoy this. You did a heck of a job, and just proud to be here and share it with you. Thank you all so much.
Moving to our Super Comp championship for the 2014 season right here in the North Central Division with 394 points. He was out of Greenbrier, Tennessee. They call him the King. Ladies and gentlemen, Edmund Richardson. One of the most impressive resumes that anybody could ever put together. And Edmund's done it with 5 national championships, 48 national event wins, and 16 divisional championships. He had the divisional wins at Atlanta and St. Louis, and the national win at Atlanta, and the Jags Northern Sports Nationals event victory here this year in Columbus. Edmund receives his division championship Wally, Lucas Oil champion jacket, gold card, and a $2,000 check from Lucas Oil. Ladies and gentlemen, Edmund Richardson, and the new shoes look great.
Thank you, Derrick. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you like them. Well, I'd like to congratulate all the other champions. You did a great job to win. Obviously, Luke said it best, Division III is probably the toughest group of racers around. I want to thank Lucas Oil for, they put up a lot of money to help keep the little guy going, and NHRA for giving us some good facilities, Division III, and Redman for president and all that stuff that's important. K&N Filters, they spend a lot of money helping the sportsman guys, and we happen to be one of the lucky ones to help. And my family, a whole list of sponsors and stuff that help me. It's Sunset Racing Engines, Marco Abruzzi, which has, you know, a heck of a racer himself and does a nice job with trannies and converters. Goodyear Tires, APD, they made a new throttle stop carburetor combo, and Luke had one on his car and I had one on my car, and this was the first year, and I'm pretty sure everybody figured out they worked pretty good. I would like to say that they wouldn't sell a whole bunch of them, but I'm pretty sure they're going to sell a lot. Renegade Fuels, you know, your friends, your family, everything. Just so great. I don't want to leave nobody out, but it takes a lot to win a championship. And the Jegs family, they help us a lot, and they spend a lot of money in this. And without all them guys, none of it's possible. So just wanted to say thank you, and I appreciate all the support.
Moving to our stock eliminator champion for 2014 here in the North Central Division. Racked up 426 points overall. Hails out of Zanesville, Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Randy Wilkes. Randy and Corey were the stock national champions of 2006 and now at a division championship for the 2014 seasons. The Zanesville, Ohio racer kind of snuck up on the championship with a win at his home track, National Trail Raceway, and then a late season win at Gainesville, and only his 5th race at Reynolds to close out his championship. Tonight he receives his cash from Lucas Oil, Division Championship Wally, jacket, and the NHRA Gold Card. Ladies and gentlemen, Randy Wilkes.
First of all, I'd like to thank my dad and my brother Joey for getting me started in the sport, and Lucas Oil and NHRA. Dave Redmond, Todd Quinn, Steve Deckert did a lot of work on the car, and all the Good Time gang that's over there. We had a good year, and I'd like to congratulate all you other champions this year. And another thing, you know, we lost a good friend, Dave Lair, and I'd like to dedicate this championship win to him. Thank you.
Move on to our Super Stock champion here for 2014, wheeling the Charlestown, Indiana Chevrolet Camaro with 362 points, a former national champion. Please welcome Ricky Deckert. With the past 2 championships, Ricky also was the Superstock National Champion of 2008, along with the divisional titles in 96 and 08, and now here in 2014. Ricky had a win at Gateway Motorsports Park to help him finish number 4 overall in the national point standings. Your champion tonight receives the cash from Lucas Oil, his championship Wally, and jacket. Ladies and gentlemen, Ricky Decker.
Thank you all. It's a pleasure to be here. I want to thank Lucas Oil for all they do for the sport. Without them, we wouldn't have a series. NHRA Division III staff and all the folks there do a fine job. I'd like to thank my dad for getting me started in the sport 25 years ago and providing me with the opportunity to do this. Thank you. My mom for all her support. My wife for enduring all this fun we get to have all the time. I appreciate that. My sons, Jacob and Josh, for all their help. My brother, Steve, for all his experience and all his help that he gives me. I appreciate that. Jeff and Charlotte Dona, thank you guys. I'd like to thank Parsons and Myers Racing Engines for all their help. David Page at Fast Fuel Injection, Hoosier Tires, Heads Up Cylinder Heads, all the Good Time gang over there. I'd like to congratulate all the other champions, and I'd like to dedicate this to Dave Lair, a great friend. Thank you.
Move into our competition eliminator champion for 2014, the Gehenna, Ohio Chevrolet Cobalt, with 336 points. For Teams Jacks Wax, please welcome Chuck Hobbiel. Chuck finished fourth in Division 3 last year and started his 2014 race season out with a win at Gainesville, and later in the season right at his home track at National Trail Raceway. Tonight, Chuck receives his championship Wally jacket, his $2,000 check from Lucas Oil, and I think he has something new for 2015 they should be debuting, which is pretty exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, your competition eliminator champion, Chuck Hobbiel.
We've all said this before, but I don't take this very lightly. And my wife and I have been fortunate enough to meet a lot of great people from every division. There's wonderful racers out there. We've got good friends from Division II, the Tie Singers, that came up to celebrate with us. But I truly believe if you can accomplish something in this division, you can accomplish something. Because I think top to bottom, every class, look at the quality of the cars, look at the fact that 3 of the 7 national champions came from Division III. And you look at the bump spots, it goes on and on and on. So very fortunate to be here, really appreciate it. Like everybody else, really appreciate the support of Lucas Oil, the other contingency sponsors, as well as those sponsors that help out with the Division III Comp Eliminator Fund that Debbie and Brian Brow put together. I think it goes without saying that the folks in Division III that work, not just at the top, but everybody else that's at the track, are very appreciated. Whether you're pitting or teching or starting, or we've got the whole weather gamut up here, where it's hotter than Hades in the middle of the summer and you hate to get in a car, or it could be spitting the snow either early or late in the season. And God, only can thank Jay for sitting in that air-conditioned and heated tower and watching the rest of us out there. But it's something that that is appreciated. On a personal note, I really want to thank those sponsors that help us out as well. The Coughlin family and everybody at JEGS, folks at GetX and B&B Race Cars, and then obviously Jack Miter at Jack's Wax. Great products. If you haven't used it, you should give it a try. Quality products, reasonable priced, and yes, they're available through JEGS. So do appreciate that. Got to thank my wife. Honey, I love you. I wouldn't want to do this without you. We did get asked this year, or I did, whether or not she did a background check on me before we got married, to realize that she was going to have to put up with this stuff. And thankfully, I can tell you I don't think that happened. I want to thank my crew guy, Tim. And I struggled with whether or not I should let you know his last name's Ratliff, because I didn't want anybody else calling him, because if you ever go by our pitch, you'll see he's always constantly working and working away. I actually thought Tim might have had a little bit of a disability when he first came on board, because you can talk to Tim and sometimes he doesn't talk back. And I'm smart enough when I get cranky not to spout off to my wife usually. The dogs just laugh at me, and Tim just keeps working and just doesn't shake his head and just kind of mumbles, talks in foreign tongues or something until you walk away. So I realize it's not a disability. I realize Tim's just smart enough to hold his comments to himself, not to make the day any worse for the rest of us, I guess. But I do appreciate it. And then finally, everybody at Jeff Taylor Performance. I certainly get good, reliable horsepower that I can depend upon. It makes the drivers look a little bit better than what the driver looks sometimes on his own. And then finally to JT himself, because man, you build good power, but you also build champions, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Derrick, if I may, the tradition in competition eliminator here in the division, which started when NHRA celebrated its 50th anniversary, goes back to years ago. In the early days of points races, there were a lot of prizes that were awarded, and not so much cash, toolboxes and spark plugs. And I was reading through an old ad, and they gave away a bowling ball and bag, and I thought, that's pretty cool. So with the help of Brian Olson Paint and Body, each year we outfit a bowling ball in the team colors of the division champion. So it's a yellow 31 for Chuck Hobbiel.
we move on to our top alcohol, North Central Division Regional Funny Car Champion for 2014 from Gainesville, Georgia, and with 308 points. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Steve Harker. What was going to be a test year turned into a best year, as the Australian transplant wheeled his Speed City Monte Carlo top alcohol funny car to both the Lucas Oil National and the North Central Regional Championships. He secured his regional title with a runner-up finish at the Las Vegas West Regional event. Tonight he receives his $10,000 check from the Lucas Oil Drag Race Series, a Wally, and a champion's jacket. Ladies and gentlemen, your top alcohol funny car regional champion, Steve Harker.
Well, thank you. Firstly, it's an honour to be racing this North Central Division. It's such great folks up here. I just want to do a quick overview in the last half of our season, particularly in one word. I can sum it up: unbelievable, fantastic. I think Frank Manzo, when he retired, he had a horseshoe buried at every racetrack, and I found at least a few of them. But Lucas Oil. Their continued and ongoing support of the series is unbelievable as well. I'd just like to thank Forrest, Charlotte, Morgan, the entire family. That is unbelievable sponsorship, and we thank them a lot. I'd like to thank Jay and his entire North Central team, the office, to the track workers, the safety guys, everybody. Without their commitment, we wouldn't have such great events. All the sponsors, JEGS, Summit, it all helps. Without any of these sponsors, I don't think any of us would be up here. I'd like to make a special mention and thanks to Speed City, John and Diana. We took a bare chassis in there last year and brought it out a race car. And thanks, John, thanks, Diana. The crew, we have a pretty international flavour. Any of you that don't know, the first half of the year I had a guy from Australia crewing for us and a guy from Sweden. That was Fred Westhoff and Kenny Siebert. They could only stay till half year. Then we picked up an Irish Canadian, would you believe, and one American. So we're getting there, but thanks to those guys, Pat Brown and Chuck. The trouble with those last two guys, since they started at Norwalk, they think it's normal to go to the final at every race. So, that's probably going to end somewhere, but hopefully not too soon. All the other competitors, it's an honour to race with the guys like Chris and all the other guys in the bracket that provide the competition. That's what it's all about, to make us all strive and be better. I'd like to, thank my wife, Janelle. 40 years, she's my best friend, my crew chief. It wasn't for her dedication and love of the sport, I wouldn't be up here. And also I'd like to thank, if I've forgotten anybody, I apologise, and thanks to everyone, and have a great time. Thank you.
So we move into our final North Central Division champion of the 2014 season in our top alcohol dragster category. From Robinson, Illinois, coming in with 299 points. Please welcome your top alcohol dragster champ, Marty Thacker. To give you an idea of just how close and exciting chase for the North Central Division Region top alcohol dragster title it was, only one round separated the top three contenders, Thacker, Reichert, and Dreer. While the winner's circle eluded him, he acclaimed enough points with 4 runner-up showings to collect his first regional championship to go along with 2 previous division titles. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce to you Marty Thacker.
Start off saying congratulations to everybody else. As far as my fellow alcohol racers, gosh, wish I had a cool accent like Steve to talk to you in here. Actually, my youngest daughter could do that for me, but she's up in the room. So, Bill, I'm going to miss you. There's a lot of times I didn't believe I'd ever say that. I think the last 15 years or so, I felt like we raced you more than anybody, and Dave's right. It brings out the best in us. It made me a lot better racer, and I consider you a friend for life. So, going to miss you, sir. Dave, congratulations. You're right. Kenny, Chio, some of the coolest people we know. We just don't know what happened to you. Now to this championship. First and foremost, for myself, I need to thank my Lord. He's given me so much that I don't deserve, and He keeps giving, and I am so blessed. The people that make the car really go, as all us drivers know, we get the good part, but crew chief Larry Hunsaker, Jerry Hansen, Sam Cooper, Bob Wright, that kind of makes up our core group, and then we got our kids and our part-timers that come in and fill in when we can't be there. Thad Hunsaker, Cole Hansen, and Bill Carlson. I've talked about them before. I don't know if I can say any more, if I can ever say enough, but they give their all for my dream, and I hope they share just even a piece of the appreciation I have for them. My family, who does without me a good part of the time, whether we're home or not. I'm usually not home, so they come see me in the shop sometimes. So my wife Karen, my wonderful wife Karen, I love you. Thank you so much. Daughters Paige and Abby, sons Mitch and Cole, my dad Paul, who's still behind the scenes, still helps how he can. Grandkids Kellen and Rowan. Number 3's on the way. I'll tell you the name when I find it out. Thanks to daughter Paige for all those, by the way. Also, the people that have put a lot of faith in us for several years now, even before we bought their products. I can't thank them enough, but Mike and Karen Spitzer not only support our team with going above and beyond what we pay for, but the whole division. I've never met anybody with, I don't know how you say it, hearts of gold, but yet they're hearts of lions, because they'll go to any means to make sure their racers have what they need. Steve Sanchez and the crew up at Total Flow Products, I don't know why they put up with me. We're still struggling together to make a new improved mousetrap, and we're not giving up. The folks at VP Racing Fuels, Hoosier Racing Tires, which a good Midwestern company here that does their very best for the racer, and what more could you ask than that? Red Line Synthetic Oil has solved a lot of our problems that, shoot, I used to blame on myself, and now they went away, so I guess I'm blame free. Jay, the whole Division 3 staff, the crews, all the guys that don't ever get to come up here on stage, but yet without them, none of us could do any of this. The Lucas Oil family, thank you for your continued support. This is unbelievable what this has became, and all the racers and the folks out there, appreciate it. Thank you very much.
This time I would like to welcome Kevin McClellan to the stage with Lucas Oil to say a few words before we close out tonight.
Thank you. First, I would like to thank Jay and his staff for everything they do, and also the staff of all the racetracks. We know it's a lot of hard work to put on the races, the events. Also, on behalf of Lucas Oil, would like to congratulate all the champions and thank all the drivers who participate in the North Central Division. This year we celebrated our 25th anniversary with Lucas Oil, and we've had 25 great years, so we're looking for 25 better years starting in 2015. And like to end by saying Merry Christmas to everybody, Happy New Year, and in 2015, you can mark my words when I say that we will be a force to be reckoned with in 2015. So, thank you.
Before I leave you, I don't have a script for this, so bear with me. Might take a minute, but I just want to say thank you to everybody. You just don't know how much it means to. I got started in junior dragsters way back, I think in 2001, and two guys sitting right over there, Don and Steve. They believed in me. They helped me out through juniors. Moved up through there. I moved into the big dragster category, where I got my butt kicked quite a bit right away. But Bill Webb and Mark Cook were great friends that helped me out still to this day. The texts, the phone calls that I've received, through just about everybody in this room. Phil, you're like a brother I never had. My best friend Madison. I've had a lot of great people here in the North Central Division. But it was about 2006, 2007 that I got to announce my first division race at my home track and National Trail Raceway back in Columbus, and it was just to announce for the junior category. I was begging Jay. I was begging the man in the blue shirt to help me out, to take me under his wing, and it's pretty special to be the only second voice of North Central Division that we've had. The guy held the spot for over 35 years, and we spent a lot of time on the phone, in the tower, and he's really built me to somebody that I am today, to be the announcer. I was so blessed to go on the national event tour. I did that. I just don't think it was exactly for me, but I found my home, and it's right here in the North Central Division, and I just can't thank my best friend enough, and that's Leo, who I know is watching. He'll be watching here in a couple days when we stream it live, but thank you, everybody. You're my true family. I just can't thank my parents enough, and Jay, you guys give me the opportunity of a lifetime, and I can't wait to be your 2015 Voice of the Land of the Winners when it comes in May in Indy. But hats off, and I know that I have big shoes to fill, and to me, it's a title, but there will only be one always voice of the North Central Division, and that's Leo. Thank you, everybody.
Dave Harada, you referenced about your girlfriend very well, because she'll be watching it on video next weekend. I think we're going to be releasing it on the Division website. Look to our Division website for the replay of the awards banquet here this evening. We do want to remind all of our champions we're going to have some group photo opportunities up on stage. We'd like for you to bring your Wally back, and we'll have some group photos and other special award winners. If you have family and friends that you would like to take pictures with as well, we'll be up here on stage to do that. For those that are looking for colder refreshments and fun, just down the hallway at the Brickyard Party Room, I think Redman is in the house, or he's going to be in the house, so you can put your votes in for Redman, and I think Brad's got a couple of tunes on the karaoke, and going to have a good time and celebrate this great evening here tonight. So join us for the winners' party down the hallway. Over the years, we have recognized a number of individuals for outstanding accomplishments or contributions that reflect the attributes that makes this division the land of the winners. While our sport is largely about numbers, record performances, number of event wins, bump spots, elapsed times, margins of victory, and even 1 pound ice cream, the truth is we are people business. We are people sport. It is the people that matter the most. We have a number of people who have dedicated their lives to making NHRA drag racing here in the North Central Division truly the land of the winners. A family in Bowling Green, Kentucky has done that for the better part of 4 decades, and despite the loss of a cherished friend to us all, they found the strength within to carry on. Tonight, we present the Land of the Winners Person of the Year award to the Dallas Jones family and Beach Bend Raceway Park.
You know, life is full of surprises. And for the last 40 years, Frida and I have devoted our life to running a racetrack. 40 consecutive years. Started out in Hardingsburg, Kentucky. Moved to Owensboro. In 1984, we bought Beach Bend. And we're still hanging on, but we're getting a little a little feeble. But got some good people behind me that will take over someday, hopefully pretty quick. But 40 years ago, we rented, sorry about getting choked up. We rented the Hardingsburg drag strip, and our son Clay was 2 years old. And we lost him May the 5th of this year. It's been a struggle. Thank everybody for the good years we've had and to be associated with a good number of good people. Thank you very much.
Great family, great facility. Beach Bend Raceway Park will be hosting the Hot Rod Reunion this year once again. Of course, the Sports Nationals and the Lucas Oil Drag Racing Series returns there in August before Indy. For those that are planning on Bowling Green, it is the only event on the calendar, if I'm not mistaken, that weekend, so it should be a barn burner. We thank everybody. Congratulations to our 2014 champions. Again, we'll do group photos here on stage. The party's to begin. Congratulations, everybody. Look forward to an exciting 2015 season. Thank you.